The strategy I'm sharing with you today is based solely on two indicators which can lead you to incredible profits. I recommend testing this strategy multiple times before anything else to see how excellent and profitable it is. This strategy is suitable for all time frames and all markets, including forex, crypto and more. I highly recommend not missing this tutorial because it contains very important points like it, and let's dive into this exciting strategy. As usual, a special thanks to all the friends who send me their trading strategies. Friends who are interested in sending me their trading strategies or want to discuss their strategies, I've placed my ID in a caption where you can contact me. Okay? I emphasize again, before you start trading with this strategy, repeatedly test this strategy. Test TG thoroughly and see just how profitable it can potentially be for you in the long run. Let's dive deeper into this strategy to understand its nuances. The very first indicator we utilize in this strategy is the trend change indicator, which was meticulously created by this person, an expert in the field. We add it to the chart, and as you can see, we have a green band and a red band, and we have 140 SMA. Keep in mind that the time frame I'm using is the daily time frame, and this indicator doesn't have much functionality in lower time frames. Later, I will add another indicator to the chart so that we can even make very accurate signals in time frames as short as 1 minute. Well, when the price is above the 140 SMA, which is this white line you see, and the band we have is green, and the price moves from below to above, for example right here, it means all the conditions we are considering are met. This means the price has come from below and moved upwards, reaching above our band, and we are above the owned 140 SMA. So this is considered a very good buying opportunity for us. Therefore, what we do here is take a buy position right at this hold point. And below the last swing that exists, we can consider this area approximately as a swing or the bottom of the band that exists here, and place the false swing we have here as our stop loss point, and look for a 1-to-1 buy reward. Right here in this very candle, our take profit has been hit. And another important point is that you can continue your trades using this green band that exists. For example, up to this point, we were able to achieve a reward of 10 using this method in a different time frame. An important point is that you can use this indicator in the 4-hour time frame and up to about 1 hour, but you cannot use this indicator below that. Okay, let's also examine a sell position together. Here, in this very area where we are, the price is below the 140 level line, or this white line, and here we have had a downward movement, and from here the movement, if it started moving downward, it means exactly in these areas. Let me enlarge this a bit so it can be seen better. Right here, the conditions we are considering are present, meaning the price is below the name 140. The band we have is the red band, and we can consider this as a sell position for ourselves, meaning we place our stop loss here and look for a 1.1.5 reward. Exactly right here, our take profit, TP, has been hit. Even if you wanted to trade with this same red band line, this position would also close with a profit. Now your profit would be a bit less, but if we were again aiming for the same 1.5 reward, we could set our TP here. I emphasize that you should test this strategy multiple times for different time frames that you are trading. For example, here, the price has come from below and broken above this band that we have. However, as we might say, our band is white and hasn't turned green yet, but right here, it still counts as a very good entry point for us, whether it's here or there. The stop loss is placed below these swings, and we are looking for a 1.5 reward, which right here, our 1.5 reward can be said to have been achieved. So up to this point, we have taken 3 positions, and our 3 positions have been very successful. If you want to look here as well, you will observe that all the conditions we consider for a sell position are present, and we can achieve the reward. We can also achieve a very good reward from this position. That is, if we want to proceed in this manner. We are almost at a stop loss here and looking for a reward economy. Note that out of the 4 positions we took here, all 4 close with a profit, but the time frame we have is the daily time frame. Before we move on to the second indicator and complete the strategy, let me tell you to definitely check out the main channel, review different strategies. Because with any style you are trading, you can find the strategy that suits you and helps you earn more profits. For example, the same indicator and strategy I mentioned can really provide you with very good profitability. Another recommendation I have is if you go to the video section, the popular section, you will find strategies that have been more favored by friends and CC. They have been more appealing to friends. We can look at them here and use them. My recommendation is to definitely check out the same indicator and strategy I mentioned because you can really achieve very good profits with this method. Alright, let's return to our strategy, and if we want to, for example, trade on a 5-minute time frame on gold or any cryptocurrency pair, when we add the trend change indicator to the chart, no significant change is made to the chart status for us. So when we are using a higher time frame, we use this same trend change indicator, and when the time frame is lower, we lower ourselves. We say that we add the indicator to the chart in a different way, which is the EMA expansion, the expansion of EMA, which is always influenced by Prashant vibe. We add that to the chart as well. Now, if we go back to the daily time frame, let's return to the daily time frame, the same 4-hour one we had. You will notice that this expansion indicator also helps us and almost determines the overall market trend for us. Now, let me remove this, and if we want to look at the chart this way, you will notice that when the EMAs we are using. Now let's take a look at the settings as well. Here different EMAs have been used, from EMA 20 to almost EMA 90. Now let me make the EMAs of the higher time frame a bit thicker. For example, let's change the color value of EMA 50 a bit and make 200 yellow so it can be seen better. Let's set it to OK. This indicator clearly defines the overall market trend for us. For example, if we look here, although we had a large downward movement, this downward movement is a small part of the overall trend we have in the market context. Here it might not be considered a good signal for us, but if you notice when the EMAs are aligned in one direction, if we want to look here, the EMAs are pointing downwards in the lower time frame, and the EMAs in the higher time frame, as you can see, are either flat or upward. Therefore, the signals we receive here are not considered reliable for us. But when we receive signals for example, if we want to look right here based on the trend change indicator, we entered a position. The EMAs we have here are exactly aligned. EMA 900, 500, 200, and all the EMAs are pointing upwards. Right here, we also have a movement from a compressed lower position to an upper one, so we can enter a very good position here as well. Right here, I emphasize that this is the time to enter a position when we have had a downward movement from this existing compression and have started a bullish move. For example, if we look here, we had an upward movement. Correct, all the conditions we are considering are okay. It just hasn't come from below to have an upward movement. For example, if we have such a move here, we would enter a position, but here, with the conditions we have, because we couldn't break this compression downward and then have an upward movement, it shows that the buyers didn't have much strength. For example, if we want to look from here, we had a powerful movement from the sellers, and then the buyers came with a lot of strength and created an upward movement. Let's also take a look at a lower time frame. Well, our time frame is set to 5 minutes, and let's take a look here. If we want to observe this, you can see that the trend we have is a downward trend, and the EMAs are positioned below. So we won't enter a buy position here until the indicators and EMAs show an upward trend. Also, we won't enter a sell position here. Why? Because the 900, 500 and 200 EMAs are approximately only have an upward or bullish state, but here. With a move from the bottom to the top and reaching this area, because we had a strong move in these candles, we can even enter. Or we can enter buy positions right here. An important point that I forgot to tell you is that you should try to give the EMA 20 a different color. For example, here I will give it a color that is almost green. If you want to look here, the green EMA is below the other EMA, and when you want to take a buy position, the green EMA must definitely be higher. For example, right here as I mentioned, or when we have a move from the bottom to the top, we can enter a buy position right here. Why? Because the green EMA is also positioned higher. Now let's look for a sell position as well. For example, right here is good. If you look here, the green EMA is positioned below everything. And in the condition where we consider a move from top to bottom, it has given us a good sell position here. We place the stop loss above the swing and look for a 1.5 reward, which has been touched right here. Let's go back here again. Right here, we had an upward move, then a downward move, and we can almost say that in this very candle, all the conditions we are considering are present. That is, the green line is also positioned lower. And we are looking for a 1.5 reward. Right here, all the same conditions we are considering are present again. Now the stop loss we are supposed to place here has a considerable distance. It's right here, meaning taking this position doesn't seem very attractive to me. Well, I think the video time has become quite long, and I'm not really looking to find examples in forex pairs and crypto. You should go and review these yourself and see how attractive this method can be for you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like the content, and share it with friends. Send it to your friends and let me know your thoughts about this strategy.